2 years ago, I completed my first paid job, and within the next 6 months, I became a full-time photographer. While I'm still learning new things every single day and I'm continuously making mistakes, this is how I made photography my career, how you can do the same, and what I've learned so far. Learn the basics. As it's the same with any other profession, you have to know the basics. So exposure, shutter speed, aperture, ISO, composition and lighting, and don't discredit editing, as that is a major part of photography and your style. And in the beginning, I practiced by taking my camera everywhere I went. I photographed everything from flowers to portraits, landscapes, and I even attempted and failed at product photography at home. And some of these genres of photography have stuck as passions, or they are the foundations of my photography career today. And when I started, I had no idea what all of these different buttons did on a camera, and I also didn't know how to navigate this confusing menu. I was also terrible at managing my camera settings while trying to nail focus, compose, and creatively light an image. It took me 1 year to figure it out and learn the basics. I did learn everything here on YouTube. So don't discredit the basics, because you'll be carrying those basic skills and that foundation of your photographic skill set throughout your entire career. How to get a portfolio, work for free. It's a simple 3-step process to getting paid as a photographer. You need to do free work. From that, you can build a portfolio, and with that portfolio, you can reach out and offer your services. Now, working for free is a very controversial topic, but the way that I look at it is you can't just go out and buy the latest and greatest camera and lens combination and call yourself a professional photographer with no portfolio. And working for free is the fastest way to build a portfolio and also gain experience in the genre of photography that you're interested in. I got a job washing dishes at a wedding venue, and I approached a photographer called Alicia Edwards to ask if I could assist her at a wedding and potentially take a few photos. I got to shoot 2 weddings for free, and then the 3rd wedding I got paid as a second photographer. And with this portfolio, I emailed over 200 different wedding photography companies within a 100-kilometer range of my area, which landed me 5 more jobs as a second photographer the following month. And this had a snowball effect where 1 year later, I was lead shooting at one of the most pristine wedding venues in the whole of Australia that I was previously washing dishes at the year prior. I've also done multiple different styled TFP shoots with models, leading into collaborations with brands, and I'm now at a point where I'm charging for my work. Weddings and brand work is definitely not the only career path. Commit to free work in the niche of photography that you want to get into, build a portfolio, and then reach out and market your services to get paid. Gear matters, but not how you think. Over the past 2 years, I've worked next to some amazing photographers, and I've always been puzzled about how outdated their gear is. And what's obviously clear now, but not when I started, is having the latest photography equipment doesn't make you a better photographer, but having the right equipment does. If you're getting paid for a job, you need to have a minimum backup of a spare camera body, a lens, batteries, SD cards, and any accessories that you'll be using on the day, like a flash or a tripod, for an example. I've made this mistake of having gear break or forgetting gear with no backup. Luckily, each time I found a workaround with no major consequences. So before you make the mistake that I did, which is blowing all your budget on the latest camera, consider buying 2 of the earlier camera models, Refrain from buying that sexy f1.2 prime lens and settle for 2 different focal lengths at say f1.8, or get the f4 zoom over the f2.8 version. Gear quality and performance doesn't really matter, but having the right gear does. How to get paid. Pricing your work is probably the hardest part of becoming a full-time photographer, as it is so easy to undercharge, or even worse, continue to do free work when you could be getting paid. And to be a successful photographer, you need to have a 50-50 split between your skill and your proof. So your proof is your portfolio, so the proof of your creative vision in practice, while your skill is the ability to promote that portfolio to get work and charge appropriately. Having this balance is essential, as you'll see incredibly talented photographers struggling to keep afloat, while you'll see less creative photographers excelling in business and networking, doing less work and charging more. If you want to learn more about the wedding industry and how we built a profitable and successful business within 1 year, check out my partner Maria's new YouTube channel, which is linked down below. As you get more and more work, you have to keep raising your prices, but you need to display professionalism. So invest in a website, get a custom domain, a custom email address, and a photo delivery service. The more professional you portray your business, the better the client experience is and the more you can charge. Diversify your income. Diversifying my income was the only way I was able to support myself in the first 6 months of my journey to becoming a full-time photographer. And one way was to learn video. These new cameras coming out all have fantastic video quality and features, so why not experiment in a new skill set and potentially earn some extra cash? Without saying yes to video work, I would not be in the position I am today. And to this day, I continue to do video jobs. It's a great way to charge extra as an add-on to packages. And with this video skill set, you can oversee videographers working for you in the future. I did Uber Eats as a flexible part-time job to pay for my bills and also to be able to reinvest in my gear for my photography business. But most importantly, I was available for all potential upcoming jobs. And this wasn't that easy, as I've always had a stable job and income. I was an aircraft engineer for 8 years before I even picked up a camera. I learned the basics in 1 year and then worked flexible part-time jobs for the next 6 months until photography could support me. But don't compare yourself to me or others. Some people do it quicker or take longer. Remember, comparison is the theft of joy. Under-promise and over-deliver. This is the oldest trick in the book for any service-based business. If you're delivering 10 images, give them 15. If the time frame is 1 week for deliverables, get it done within 48 hours. Shoot a roll of film to add that diversity to your images and your gallery. People love getting things for free or at a discount, and that's just the psychology of human behavior. What you do not want to do, which is what I have done way too often, is overpromise and struggle to deliver. It might seem like a good idea to offer more than what the client needs, but you end up rubbing off as too cheap and inexperienced. So that's what I've learned and what I can offer you from my experience over the last 2 years. And a lot of people may have different opinions or they completely disagree with what I have said today. And that's great. Listen to them, as they will have something valuable to say. Guys, add your opinions or tips in the comment section below. I love hearing your guys' stories. And if you did get value from today's video, make sure you like and subscribe. That would mean the world to me. I have a big job ahead of me tomorrow, so I'm going to go start getting ready for that. And we'll see you next week.